Hello everyone and welcome to the next edition of Thoughts on the Track, with today's discussion being GCN DK Mountain. This is the second track in Wave 6 of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass. So this track originally came out in the chaotic game Mario Kart Double Dash. It managed to keep that chaos when it was remade in Mario Kart Wii. However, did it keep the chaos here in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe? Well, not quite. You see, there are things to like about this remake for sure. I mean, now that Diddy and Funky Kong are back, Nintendo also had to show some respect to DK himself by recreating this epic track of his. We'll talk about what they did right in this respect, but first we gotta critique some of the track design, because my goodness did they nerf the difficulty. When you think of DK Mountain, you think of driving down a steep bumpy road with boulders flying at your face. It has sort of this exhilarating danger to it. Well, that danger was replaced in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with a much more gentle and much more wide track. I mean, you have all this room to do purple drift boosts. And purple boosts are great and all, but where's the challenge? Sure, you can still get hit by a boulder if you're not careful, but really, it feels like this track is just a weaker version of its 2000s predecessors. I mean, think about it. You used to be at serious risk of bumping into rails or falling off the course, and that's just not the case anymore. Now, there are some aspects of the redesign I like. For one, I like how the bridge at the end bounces up and down now, and if you time it just right, you can trick off of it. Then the half pipes return from Mario Kart Wii. And overall, the track is still enjoyable to race on, just like the old DK Mountain, because of this sense of you're going downhill. But I think the sense of challenge and adventure from the original, well, that's simply missing. Now we can discuss the visuals, and that launching cannon has something I really like and something I don't. First of all, the angry volcano, when you launch out of the cannon, looks angrier and more epic than ever, so I love launching towards that. However, and this is something Nathaniel Bandy pointed out in his quick review, because you glide out of the cannon, you're not launched at supersonic speed like in the Double Dash or Wii version. Now, of course, gliding is an element of track design, but because it affects the visual of your character launching, I'm counting this critique under visuals. But besides this complaint, the colors do pop quite well on this track, whether it be the cratery rocks or the leafy green trees in the background. Not a notably beautiful track in this Booster Course Pass, but as I said, the remake of the volcano is what really does it for me in terms of positives. Finally, we must discuss the music, and this is where the remake succeeds the most in my opinion. The original had this driving percussive beat, and it was certainly a good song, but it kinda just stayed in the background. It wasn't a star of the show compared to the epic track design. In this remake though, the music feels like more of a star. It just has more of a full sound to it. What do I mean by this? Well, I'm sure you know the main melody right after the introduction. So there's now a harmony that goes along with that epic percussive melody about 20 seconds in. Now, I'm not sure exactly what instruments are playing. It could be marimba, it could be xylophone, but I love it. The music just sounds more complete, for lack of a better word. And the quality of the drums, that's a lot better too now that the song is live orchestrated. Just as was the case with the original, this isn't the catchiest tune, but it's definitely improved. So what's my verdict on the track? Honestly, probably a more positive one than the Mario Kart Double Dash purists. Or hey, even the Mario Kart Wii purists, I guess, like me. Of course, I do have to criticize the track design for being so nerfed to the point where it's ridiculously easy. But this easiness does at least allow for some satisfying purple drift boosts. And yes, I like what they did with the bridge at the end. It's almost as good as the good old Maple Treeway bridge of yesteryear. I'll give the track design a 6 out of 10. Then we move on to the visuals. As I said, the colors pop more than in the original, and the angry volcano looks angrier. That's all great. If they didn't mess up the cannon launch at the beginning, perhaps this would be ranked higher, but to be honest, I didn't even notice that before Nathaniel Bandy pointed it out. Well, overall I'm gonna give the visuals a 7 out of 10. Then finally, the music is now, as I said, the star of the track, in stark contrast to the original DK Mountain. It's so much more full, and it takes what was originally not a very catchy tune and makes you want to jam out to it a little bit. I'd give it an 8 out of 10. And seriously, the grades I have here for the music and track design would probably be reversed in the original DK Mountain. but overall this remake gets a 7 out of 10. I like it, I just wish they would have made it harder. Well, what do you think of this remake of GCN DK Mountain? Am I being too harsh, too nice? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Now that I'm finally on break, I'm playing through Super Mario Wonder. A full-fledged review of that is coming soon, as well as a thoughts on the track for Wii Daisy Circuit. Bye bye.